Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything is Possible, the sports betting show with your
Anything's
friends
possible.
Chris, Dave, and Adam. It is Super Bowl week, gentlemen. The time has come.
Yep.
How are we feeling?
We've made it.
Gosh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
Are we locked
spicy.
in? You feeling
Locked
good from
and
those bets
loaded.
this week, Dave?
I'm feeling, well, not from that, but I'm feeling locked and loaded for this week.
All right, let's breeze through a recap real quick, and then we'll get into some Super Bowl picks.
All right. So last week, Adam, you had one bet on the table, and that was Liverpool versus Arsenal, over 2.5 goals. And you know what happened in that game?
Liverpool lost.
Yeah, but do you know what happened in that game?
The overhit.
The overhit. So
Bang.
bingo bongo, bang! You got that hit. So now you're 10-8. That puts you at a 55.6% hit rate.
Wow.
10
that's
for
right.
18.
Those dogs are barking. That is
Great
how excited
job,
they are.
Great job, man.
Great
I love
job.
that.
Thanks.
for you.
Thanks.
Chris,
I'm just a fool.
yeah, you went 0 for 2, my guy. Golf is not treating you right the last 2 weeks. So you took Victor Hovland and Colin Morikawa both to get top 10 finishes at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Colin Morikawa made it interesting. He was there.
He had a chance. You got boned by the last day being
He
canceled.
started out hot too. Like he was in
He
top
did.
5 for a while. But you know what I hate about that is that you couldn't even fade me if you wanted on those. There's no option
Wow.
to take not making the top 10.
You
So
really screwed everyone over with that bet.
yeah, I'm just a fool, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well,
Happens to the best of us.
So you went
Maybe
0
I've
for
been saving
2.
all my mojo for the draft for the Super Bowl.
I think you probably have.
You're a big game
Okay.
player.
Yeah.
So
Special
you're
place.
12-22. So as we say every single week, continue to fade Chris because he's at a 35% hit rate, which means you'd win 65% of the time if you were fading Chris.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's the way.
Those are good numbers.
And then there's me again. I just suck. I went 1 for 3. My UConn St. John's pick, first half, St. John's was up at halftime. I was like, let's go. This is going to happen. I'm going to look like a genius. Didn't happen. They ended up having a bad second half. They lost against UConn. Ole Miss also lost against Auburn pretty bad. And then I did get that Kansas upset pick over Houston, but they were favored. So it ended up not being an upset, even though they were ranked lower. So I went 1 for 3, and that means I am 48.5% on the
1
year.
for 2.
1 and 2. 1 for
1
3.
and 2. 1 for 3.
Yeah, 1 for 3. So 48.5% for the year. I'm bad to fade. I'm bad to ride with me. That's how it goes.
That's all right. It's kind of like
It's either going to be the best deal you've ever made or the worst deal you've ever made.
well, and right now we're kind of like the what is that old children's tale about the one of the porridges is too cold, one's too hot, and one's just right.
The 3 little bears.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Adam's
That-
Adam's
no,
a ride.
Goldilocks and the 3 bears, not
Yeah.
3 little
So
bears.
Adam's a ride, Chris is a fade, and Dave's an avoid.
Exactly. Get away from me.
All right.
Exactly.
Let's talk
That's
Super
how
Bowl,
it goes.
folks. Let's talk
Let's
Super
do
Bowl.
it.
I'll start us
Freaking
off
do
with
it.
my first pick. I really want to bet. I really want to say 49ers money line so that the Chiefs win, because full disclosure, I got a lot of money on the Chiefs, but I feel like that's disingenuous, so I'm just going to go Chiefs money line. I think you just can't bet against them. When they're the underdogs, they prove them wrong every time. So got to go Chiefs, got to go Mahomes money line.
Bingo. I think it's going to happen, so I don't think it's I'm riding with you on that one.
Okay. Well,
Are you actually? Is that one of your
yeah,
picks?
that's a lock in.
It's
That's
not. No, well, I'm not riding with you for one of my picks, but I will if you want me to. You want me to ride with you?
yeah, you're riding with me on that.
I already have 4 picks locked and loaded to give everybody, but I'll add a 5th because I'm here for it.
I love that, and you know what that means.
And that you cannot bet against Patrick Mahomes. So what I'm going to do is take the 49ers money line because I need to will it into existence. We got another double down water splatoon bet.
Double
And
C.
here we are.
There's a full suit. Are you going to have to dump a full bottle again? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe.
Well,
I mean,
maybe
yeah,
so.
probably, because it's going to happen. I've tried to will it into existence twice now, and I've lost twice. Third time
Well,
might be a charm. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll
Oh,
see.
I love it. I love
This
it.
time I'm gonna go full smart water bottle if I lose.
Oh, boy.
my. That is a tsunami.
That's
Jeez.
also just an investment too.
I know. That's
It's
like
like a
$4.
That's like
$6.
$3.49 down the drain.
Yeah. Jeez. All right.
All right.
Well, there you go.
We come back around to me.
No,
Or
well, let me give
Dave's gotta
another
go.
one.
Yeah,
'Cause-
yeah.
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 So I'm big Prop City guy this week.
Prop
So
City, bitch.
exactly.
Prop City, bitch.
I am gonna go. My first pick is gonna be a little Travis Kelsey prop bet, and I am going over 7 receptions in the game.
Okay. Love that.
Over 6.5. So
Yep,
7
so
or
7
more.
or
Yeah.
He had like that on the first drive last game, so I like that bet a whole lot.
Yeah, well, that's what the line set at. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Snag.
So,
Yep.
So I'm going Travis Kelsey over 6.5 receptions.
I'm gonna go ahead and punch my ticket to Prop City as well, and I'm gonna go with Chris Jones and Nick Bosa to combine for 1 tackle, or for a total of 2 sacks. So for them to each have 1 sack.
Over 2 sacks, eh?
So 0.5 over 0.5 for Chris Jones, over 0.5 for Nick Bosa on the sack department.
So over 1.5 total.
Yes.
And then
Love that.
I myself am also going to hitch my wagon onto the back of the prop bus. And I'm taking the longest 4th down conversion over 3.5 yards.
It's just that has to hit.
I love the creativity in that.
I saw a couple props, and I think this one kind of goes in line with it's like, what's the first turnover on downs going to be, or what's the first turnover going to be? And I have it at turnover on downs because so many teams go for it in the NFL now.
Yep.
They do.
Like
Well,
you're going
the
to see like
stats say you got to do it.
you're going to see like a 4th and 9 where they have no business going for it, and they're going to go for it because the spice is nice.
And the metrics say it's the move.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. All right, I like that.
Great.
All right, my next prop bet is going to go. We're flipping sides. It's flipping teams. And Christian McCaffrey, I am going to go with over 129.5 total yards. So, it could be 60 and 70. It could be 70 and 60. It could be 80 and 450. Math. Whatever it has to do to get it done. I'm going over 129.
But we're going to take it.
Exactly. Over 129.5 total yards for Christian McCaffrey. I feel pretty confident in that. The guy gets the ball in all sorts of ways.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's one of those where you would just kick yourself if you didn't take it. Every time I watch that guy play, it's like, why don't I pick Christian McCaffrey over 3 touchdowns every single time he plays? Like, he's almost a lock for 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
He's just a cheat code. So I love that pick.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna follow that up with a little bit of a special kind of nuance one out here, and so it's gonna be the total combined jersey numbers of people who score a touchdown to be over 121.5.
Yep, I like that one.
So if we rock with 2 over 121.5.
Okay.
So 2 Travis Kelsey touchdowns lock us in.
Gets it done. A Kelsey, a Kittle locks you in.
A Kelsey, a Kittle, a Kelsey, and 2 McCaffreys locks me in, right?
Yeah.
87 plus.
We just don't
46.
want Rashid Rice to score any touchdowns. That's the big thing.
We need no Pacheco, no Rice, no Ayuk,
no quarterbacks running the ball in.
We could get a Debo as long as it's paired with a couple other things.
Yeah.
You could 19? Go for a scoop and score would be big for the brand because you're looking in the 90s for a lot of those guys.
Yeah, I like that.
Get a little creativity to it. But so
those are my 3 for the Super Bowl, folks.
Yep, given my last pick, really doubling down on kind of what Dave talked about in his last bet and what Chris was saying. You just can't go against this guy. So I'm going Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown. This guy's gonna get in the end zone. I'm taking it.
I think that's like negative 180.
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm taking it.
You're going to have to bet a lot to even really win much on that. But hey,
I'm taking
that's fine. Take it. Usually his line for like regular season games is usually over 1.5 at like plus 105, 110.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you are looking at probably minus 180. But hey, I like it. It's safe. And
Yeah,
you know
I
what
mean,
you,
it's guaranteed money essentially.
Exactly.
and you know what you do? You hit bets, Adam. That's what you do here. All right. So like I said, have 4. So
Bring 'em
really
on.
now, really now I have 5 because I'm riding with Chris. But I have 2 more prop bets that I want to give y'all. So one for each team. One is Marquez Valdez Scantling MVS over 1.5 receptions in the game. That's what the line is set at.
I would
I
take
feel
that
like
over.
I feel like he's going to touch the ball twice. I mean, he doesn't get
At
the ball
least.
a ton. Sky Moore is playing this week for the Chiefs. He's coming back off of IR after not playing for a while, so I don't know if that'll take some receptions away.
That's
But
decoy city is what that is.
I feel the same way. So I feel like that 1.5 line is pretty low, and it's just asking for me to take it. So I'm
Yeah, that
riding
feels
with
surgical.
And then my last prop bet's going back to the 49ers, and not in a positive way. Brock Purdy's interception line is at 0.5, so I'm taking over 0.5. I think the Chiefs get a interception in this game, and I really like their defense has been what's kind of carried them to this point, which is different than the normal Chiefs team. But I think that because of that, I think that they're going to pick him off and get one interception. Even if he throws one, he doesn't have a bad game. And
ultimately, I think at some point in this game, it's going to have to come down to Brock Purdy having to make a couple plays. And when he has to not necessarily go off script, but when he has to force it a little bit more, that's just something that's bound to happen on both sides.
Yeah, ideally, Nick Bosa is pressuring all day and is causing that kind of chaos.
Well, that would be
He
on
gets
Patrick
a couple
Mahomes.
sacks while he's at it.
You need Mr. Jones.
Oh, I need it the other way.
Yeah, you need Mr. Jones.
Yeah,
Mr.
I don't think
Karlaftis as well.
His own defensive player probably won't be applying a lot of pressure on him.
He might.
That'd be
you never know.
Yeah, anything's possible, guys.
Exactly.
Anything is possible.
That's the name of this podcast. So,
all right, guys. Well, I'm excited. If for any other reason, just because it's the Super Bowl, I'm not necessarily super hyped about the matchup. It's, been there, done that. But
I think, to be fair, going into the playoffs, if you could tell me what matchup would I have been least excited for, I think they gave it to me.
Yep.
But here we are. It's a good time. It's always a good game.
$23 billion is being bet on
Dude, I saw
the Super
that
Bowl this year.
Wild.
The comments on that were so funny. It was like, damn, if we really just put our heads together, we could solve world hunger so easily.
And you know what we're doing instead? Betting on it.
Yeah.
Because we could turn that money into $46 billion, and then we can really solve world hunger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So here's to us taking home our little fair share of that $23 billion. We got to be able to get a little slice of that pie, don't you think? It's a big pie.
I think we have to. Run us through it, Chris.
All right, my picks
that are going to get us that pie.
I went with Chiefs money line, Chris Jones and Nick Bosa to combine for over 1.5 sacks, and total touchdown score jersey numbers to equal over 121.5.
Dude, I love that. I love that.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's a fun little guy. So I'm going for the tsunami of all tsunamis. I'm taking the 49ers money line. I'm taking the longest fourth down conversion over 3.5 yards, and I'm taking a Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown.
I love it. And then me, the gambling addict myself, with all the bets that I've presented today, I'm riding with Chris on Chiefs money line. I'm going Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions. I'm going Marquez Valdez Scantling over 1.5 receptions. I'm going Brock Purdy over 1.5 interceptions. And I am going with Christian McCaffrey over 129.5 total yards. And my bets are brought to you by our sponsor, Shank It Golf. We haven't given them a shout out in a long time.
Golf season's back.
Exactly. You can use promo code nonsense15 at shankitgolf.com for 15% off your order.
Spice up your 2024 golf wardrobe. I don't know about you boys, but I'm actually hitting the links for the first time in 2024 this weekend. So,
bingo. And you know what you're going to be wearing when you're out there?
I actually did plan on wearing my Shank It Golf polo.
Bingo. So
It's a great way to say thank you to one of your friends. Get them a shirt. If you're a lady and you're listening, all your men are going to be happy. And it's just it's a good little thank you gift.
Yeah, just a nice
Yeah.
thank you.
thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Anything is Possible. I hope your Super Bowl Sunday is amazing. I hope it's filled with lots of great food. And I hope that you guys out there win a couple bets. I feel really good about all of our picks today. So I hope we also
Every
can take
single
home a
one of
couple
them's going to
winners.
win.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
can't happen. But
Every single one of them.
I was going to say it'd be electric if we had a clean sweep, but that's not possible. So ideally,
Anything's
everything
possible.
hits, and then Adam loses the money line bet.
All right.
There you go.
All right,
I
folks.
love it.
Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.
Anything's possible.
See ya!